Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rundown. This is me, Zulfikar Farzan, and it's a gloomy Monday morning. But before we get into the weather details, let's have a look at what's making headlines ahead of the parliamentary elections on the 14th of November 2024. The Department of Posts has announced that the distribution of official polling cards for the parliamentary elections will commence today in the Colombo and Wanni districts. Senior Deputy Postmaster General Rajita Ranasinghe has stated that the distribution was delayed in these two districts due to the Election Commission's failure to provide the necessary household notices along with the official polling cards. However, the Election Commission has now supplied the required household notices and they have been dispatched to the designated post offices. The distribution of official polling cards for the upcoming parliamentary elections began yesterday. According to Senior Deputy Postmaster General Ranasinghe, approximately 8,000 employees have been employed for this task. Election Commission Chairman R.M.L. Ratnayaka noted that the individuals who do not receive their official polling cards by November 7 can collect them from the nearest post office. The postal voting process for the parliamentary elections will commence the day after tomorrow. The Election Commission has announced that postal voting will also take place on the 1st and 4th of November. For state employees unable to vote on these dates, facilities will be provided on the 7th and 8th to ensure that they cast their votes. Now, at the same time, the Election Commission has announced the establishment of polling cards based on the number of registered voters for the upcoming parliamentary elections. In the Colombo district, 1,204 polling stations will be set up to accommodate 1.7,065,351 registered voters. The Gampaha district will have 1,212 polling stations for its 1.8,081,129 voters, while the Kalutar district will seat 735 polling stations for 1,024,240 voters. The Commission also noted that the Mana district has the lowest number of registered voters with 90,607. For these voters, 108 polling stations will be established. Overall, a total of 13,421 polling stations will be set up across the island for this election. Additionally, there will be 2,034 counting centres in operation. The Election Commission has confirmed that 17,430,354 voters are eligible to participate in the parliamentary elections. Now, at the same time, Sri Lanka police have reported receiving 88 complaints related to the upcoming 2024 parliamentary election. According to the police media unit, there have been 16 complaints regarding acts of violence and 72 complaints concerning violation of election laws. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has reported receiving 75 complaints of election law violations within the past 24 hours. The Commission noted that the 28 complaints were received by the National Election Complaints Management Centre and 47 by the District Election Complaints Management Centre. From September 26 to October 26, a total of 791 complaints related to the election have been received. The Election Commission said that these include 769 complaints of election law violence and 7 complaints of acts of violence. Now, moving overseas in Japan, the coalition led by Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party has lost its majority in parliament, its worst result for over a decade. Opposition parties secured more than half the seats in the lower house, provisional election results indicated. With 22 seats left to declare, the LDP and its coalition partner, the much smaller Komeito, has gained 208 seats to the opposition's 235. The party needs a majority of 233 seats in the lower house of parliament, the Diet, to govern alone. The result of the general election has triggered uncertainty about how the world's 4th largest economy will be governed. At the same time, Exercise Indus Shield 2024, a premier regional military exercise showcased by Pakistan's Air Force's advanced multi-domain combat capabilities. The event was attended by air chiefs and senior military officials from various allied nations, underscoring the importance of international cooperation among air forces to bolster regional security and defense strategies. The commander of the Sri Lanka Air Force, Air Marshal Udeni Rajapaksa, visited Pakistan to observe the exercise. During his visit, he paid an official call on the Chief of the Air Staff, Pakistan Air Force, Air Chief Marshal Zahir Ahmad Babar Sidhu, at the Air Force headquarters in Islamabad and held discussions as well. Now, I mentioned that it's a gloomy Monday morning. Well, the Met Department has issued a weather advisory indicating that thunder showers or showers are expected at various times in the western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces, as well as in the Galle and Mathura districts. Additionally, showers or thunder showers may occur in several other areas of the island during the evening or night. Fairly heavy showers exceeding 50 millimeters are anticipated in some locations within the western, Sabaragamuwa, northwestern, Uva and eastern provinces. Strong winds reaching wind speeds of approximately 40 kilometers an hour are expected intermittently over the northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee and Hambantota districts. Now, moreover, Sri Lanka Railways has announced measures to adjust the freight train schedule to prevent elephant fatalities caused by train collisions. Previously operating between midnight and 6 a.m., the freight trains will now run during daylight hours. This change aims to reduce the risk of accidents involving elephant crossing the tracks. Additionally, steps have been taken to clear a 10-meter area on either side of the railway tracks at known elephant crossing points to improve visibility and monitoring. On a related note, train services on the Anuradhapura-Maho section of the Northern Railway line will resume today following extensive modernization efforts. N.J. Endipola, Deputy General Manager of Railways, announced that ticket reservations for the Northern Railway line are now open. The Railway Department has advised the public to exercise caution when using level crossings in that area as train operations have recommenced. Well, Sri Lanka emerged as the runner-up of the 2024 Asian Netball Championship, losing to Singapore 67-64 in double overtime heart-stopping final in Bengaluru yesterday. The final of the 2024 Asia Netball Championship between two powerhouses of Asia Netball took place yesterday between 6 times champion and defending champion Sri Lanka and 3 times champion Indonesia. Now, this match marks the 7th occasion that these two teams have faced each other in the final match of the tournament. By the end of the first 2 quarters, Singapore managed to take a slim lead with a 28-27 lead. However, at full time, both teams are deadlocked at 52. During the first extra time, both teams continued to showcase their outstanding sporting skills against each other. The first extra time ended with the match still deadlocked at 59 each, and in the decisive second extra time, Singapore came on top 67-64. And finally, Afghanistan won their maiden ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup title by beating Sri Lanka A in the final on Sunday night. Chasing a target of 134, Afghanistan reached home in 18.8 overs with 7 wickets in hand. Siddiqul Atal's 55 not out of 55 balls helped the side comfortably chase down the target. Earlier, Bilal Sami returned figures of 33 for 22 as Afghanistan A restricted Sri Lanka A to 133 for the loss of 7 after getting an invitation to bowl first. Well, that's a wrap of this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown. Until I see you again, same time, same place tomorrow, take care and God bless.